Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today I have some great news. Well, I think it's great news, and that is Focus Interactive are working on a brand new 40k game. Now some people may say that how do you know this is happening? Well, let's just say I have a lot of Alpha Legion operatives stationed throughout different game industries, through different tiers of the Games Workshop hierarchy. So I have access to a lot of information. They work for me. I am basically Alferis. The companies themselves think they work for them, but they don't. They truly work for Chapter Master Valrak. Now, the information that was actually handed to me about this 40k game was very, very bare. The actual Alpha Legion operative had to be super secretive. Of course, he's still working deep down in the core as getting as much information as he could possibly gather for me at the moment. But the information that I could get off him at the moment was that 40k fans would be super into this game. So they were going to be super into this game, and a Black Library author is working with them to create the story for the game. Now, where can this go? So for those of you who don't know, Focus Interactive have done a couple of games with Games Workshop before. One is Deathwing, which I'm a super big fan of. Another is Battlefleet Gothic, again, super big fan of. We have the upcoming Necromunda game, which they're working on, which I haven't really seen any information of. I know that's going to be coming sometime next year. And we also have Mordheim, which I never played, but I've watched videos of. It looks really, really cool. I know a lot of my friends have played it, and that is a really good game from what I've watched and seen with it. So Focus Interactive actually have a nice back catalogue. We're working with GW, and in my opinion, I think they've made some fantastic games. Deathwing game was fantastic. Battlefleet Gothic game was fantastic. I love the story in both. I do know that Gav Thorpe, who was a Black Library author, wrote the Deathwing game. I've actually been playing with him, Aaron Dembski-Bolden, and Alpha Boozer. We've started the greatest Deathwing squad ever made. There's a new series I'm going to be doing on my channel. I know that's a shameless plug, but we've already started. That's episode 1's out of that, and we jumped into that, and I was asking Gav some questions about that game, which it was just nice to speak to him about that game and like how he came up with stuff. So they've worked with a Black Library author before. Now for this new game, they're working with a Black Library author again, but we don't know which Black Library author it is. I may ask Aaron Dembski-Bolden, since me and him are becoming buddy friends, but I don't think he would give that information out, even if he was doing it, because he's obviously, he may have signed like an NDA contract and stuff, and he's not one of them kind of people to break that. But the big news is that they're actually working with another Black Library author. So that means whatever game they're going to be working on, or which is in production at the moment, is going to have a single player storyline to it. Now this is what's really exciting me at the moment, is that since Battlefleet Gothic and Deathwing were made, there's been a huge shift in the narrative of the storytelling with the actual GW game itself. With 8th edition coming out, we have all brand new lore. We have a Primarch which has returned. Actually, we have a number of Primarchs which will return. Most of the traitors. There's only one loyalist, which is Rebooted Gilliman in all his glorious form, has returned to us. But what I'm wondering now is, where can they go with this new game? Is this new game going to be set pre-8th edition, or is it going to be set after or during the 8th edition? We do know that during the big rift, there was a lot of stuff that happened. Gilliman came back. He did the Indominus Crusade. I think that lasted 114 years, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe it could be set sometime during then, or maybe it's just after the Indominus Crusade, where the Crusaders ended and the Imperium have basically fixed as much as they can, and they're trying to basically just to repair all the damage the big rift did across the entire Imperium. I would personally love the game to be set during the 8th edition narrative when the rift happens, because there's so much cool stuff which is happening in the Imperium. The Astronomicon goes down for a set number of months. Well, depending where you are, it goes down. You have like planets which are lost, planets which are overrun with demons, chapters that are wiped out, chapter fortress monasteries which are just erased with this massive rift which chaos just all consumes. There's so much stuff that's happening with the 8th edition lore which completely messes up the Imperium. I think there's so much rich storytelling there, and which hasn't been explored yet. I think that's one of the main things, and one of the things I'm so excited about for 8th edition is that there's so much stuff that's happened with the Rift and it hasn't been explored yet. And there's all these upcoming books apparently which are coming out which explore that. And this is getting me really excited because there's all this stuff that's gone down and nobody really knows what's happened in certain areas of the galaxy now. They've just lost contact. They've been wiped out. And like I said, this chapter's gone and stuff like that. It's really, really exciting where you can go with the story now. And then this leads into the next subject of what are we going to betray in this game? Now, they've done Space Marines before, so we've had Space Hulk Deathwing. We've had the Imperial Admiral in Battlefleet Gothic. We've had, well, obviously Necromunders now, yeah, but you're playing really as like gangs and stuff like that. But where could they go? Now, this is kind of interesting. There's two options which personally I would really, really like to see. Now, I'm a huge Space Marine fan. Let me just get that off. So if it is the Space Marine route again, I'm not going to be turning my nose up at it because the more Space Marine stuff I can do, I will gladly purge. But I would really like them to go down either two routes. So that is an Inquisitor-based viewpoint where, you know, you maybe have like a little retinue around you and you're going around searching for heretics and stuff like that, or you play as an Imperial Guardsman. I think if they did do a storyline based on a more of a human type of scenario, now, of course, Space Marines are human, but they're not. They're superhumans. Space Marines don't even see themselves as humans. They see themselves as something else. But if you take the Space Marines out of it and then you have someone who is a human, someone who's not this like hunk of meat and metal who can just, you know, shrug off blows from orcs and just easily walk into, you know, bullets of gunfire and it doesn't even do anything to their armor, and then place it with a guardsman where you're basically immortal, you know, you're in a trench, there's bombs going off around you, your friends are all being exploded to bits and everyone's dying and there's just so much death and you're just a normal guy with a las gun and anything can kill you. I think that adds a bit more humanity to the story, and I think from a storytelling point, I think it would connect more with a lot more people. It's the same with the Inquisitor. I know the Inquisitors are a bit more up in the hierarchy than, you know, a lowly Imperial Guardsman, but you're still a human. You know, you're not a Space Marine which can take all this damage and stuff like that. And I think if they did go the Inquisitor route or something like that, then maybe that would open this storyline up a bit more because you have a lot more access when you're an Inquisitor. You can basically do anything you want as an Inquisitor. You have all the power in the Imperium, so maybe that's a bit more advanced to go in and, you know, to explore stories a little bit better, where you can just go to a world and say, okay, I want to see all this, and they can't really say no because you're an Inquisitor. Whereas a Guardsman, you have to take orders, whereas an Inquisitor, you give the orders. So maybe the Inquisitor route may be a bit more better to go through the storytelling route. And just before people start picking it out, I'm not saying that if they do a Space Marine game, it's going to be terrible. Like I said before, I'm a huge Space Marine fan, so if they go down the Space Marine route, I'm all going to be for it. But I personally would like to see a game where we're portrayed as something where life matters. Life matters in the Imperium. I know that may sound odd to some people, but there's every game that's really come out I've played for 40k. I'm just a Space Marine and I can just go in and just purge a full room, and I'm not scared at all. Where if I play someone like an Imperial Guardsman or as an Inquisitor, you know, harm can come to me far quicker than it would do as a Space Marine. And again, you can add this same thing to Xenos races like Eldar, Tau, Orc. Maybe an Orc game might be quite interesting. An Orc, a game where you're playing as an Orc war boss or something like that. I'm sure that might be hilarious in some kind of ways, just punching grots or something to like build up your stamina. something with that complete madness like that. But all I know at the moment is that Focus Interactive are working on a brand new game. I'm super excited. This is probably made my week now. I'm so pumped for this. I cannot wait to get some more information, and when I do get that information, of course I will come back to you chaps and make more videos and share it with the entire 40k community. So that is it. That is my video done. I hope you've all enjoyed it. I'm sorry I couldn't give you more information at the moment, but I'm hoping I get some more very soon. But what I want to do now, I wanted to get your opinions. What do you think these chaps are working on, or what would you like to see? Maybe the devs over at Focus Interactive will see some of your comments and they may respond or get some ideas of it. who knows? Anything could happen. So post down below. I would love to respond and get some good conversations and some good chats about this with all you chaps who normally comment on my videos. Thank you for watching once again. I'm so excited. This is going to be absolutely amazing. So thank you for watching, chaps, and I shall see you all very, very soon. See you now, and bye-bye.